Hi there, Leonard Parker here. In this video, I'm going to go over how you can use Google Ads to really dominate your local market and really do hyper-local targeting for your restoration business. Now, this video is one segment in part in it's part of a larger collection of videos where I'm really going over how you can build a multi-touch marketing thread in order to really get in front of your target prospects and really to convert them to customers. Now, in the first two videos, I went into detail about two mailing techniques. The first would be every door direct mail. The second would be saturated mailing. And for this video, I'm going to shift off online and talk about Google Ads. Now, all of these should be used together in order to really set that great first impression and really to make a good first impression for your business. So kind of moving on here, if you're not familiar, Google Ads, it's Google's advertising platform, and really the whole system is built on keyword targeting. So you, in a nutshell, you pick a list of keywords to target, you bid on those keywords, and if the combination of your ad score, your quality score, and your bid allows you to be at the top of the ad results, then you're more likely to get the clicks. And this really has always been Google's main source of revenue. So if you aren't familiar with Google Ads, I'm pretty sure you've seen them before. These are just a couple of examples. So on the first, these are the traditional ads on Google. As you can see here, these are usually at the very top of the search results page or at the very bottom. Pretty straightforward, your URL, headline, your ad copy, and different site links. And these guys, they've actually included their phone number. On the right-hand side, we have Google Guarantee Ads, it's a relatively new program. Basically, it's a certification program that Google uses to verify that you are a legitimate business, and it offers protection to consumers because even if they click on your ad, for whatever reason they have a unsatisfactory experience working with your business, Google does offer a money-back guarantee. Now, restoration services, water damage and fire damage are both services that can be where Google Guarantee Ads can be used, but some other ones, as you can see here in the screenshot, carpet cleaning is another one. And this program is expanding, so more and more different services and niches are being included under the Google Guaranteed umbrella. And if you're not already, I highly recommend that you do start the process with getting into the Google Guarantee program. So how do you target local prospects with Google Ads? So Google Ads, I won't go into detail about ads. I will link to another video where I do go into more detail from our webinar series. But in a nutshell, you're going to use a technique called geofencing, where you're either targeting a specific list of zip codes or cities or towns, or you're targeting a specific radius around your office location. So for example, if you know that typically you and your team don't drive out more than maybe 30 or 40 miles for a job, then that's the radius that you would add to your Google Ads settings. In a future video, I will do a deep dive where I really go into how to set that up in Google. But this video is just meant more as an introduction to Google Ads and how you can use them to target your local prospects. Now, some best practices for local targeting with Google Ads. You want to organize your ad campaigns by location. So typically you would do this by ad groups, and you just want to make sure that there's proper alignment between your ad groups. So let's say if you were in New York City and you had an ad group just for the Bronx, you would have an ad group for the Bronx, and you would make sure that the location targeting is set up to where you're only targeting the Bronx area, and the ad copy only mentions the Bronx. So there's no mention of Queens or Manhattan or any other surrounding areas or boroughs. You want to make sure that your messaging and offers are consistent with your offline marketing efforts. So you just want to make sure that there's consistency. So if you're offering just kind of as a way to build a relationship, 50% off of carpet cleaning with your direct mail ads, you want to make sure that you have the same offer on your Google Ads. And any copy, any type of messaging that you're using on your direct mail flyers, just make sure that you use the same on your Google Ads and your Google landing pages for Google Ads. Lastly, if you're using any images, just make sure that the images are consistent as well. You want to use location-specific landing pages. So going back to the example of New York City, you'll probably have a different ad set for Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, and so on. You want to make sure that for people who are clicking those ads, you're sending them to a landing page for their area where you include the city name, or in this case, the borough name, and the service. So you don't want to have a campaign running for Manhattan, but you're sending them to the Queens landing page. Just want to make sure that those align. And if possible, you want to have images that are relevant and unique to each location. So obviously you can do a Google search, or if you're a New York native, you probably already know, but you can find different images for each of those target boroughs to add to those landing pages. You should also try modifying your ad bids by location. And this might be something you don't try until you've been running your campaigns for some time and you realize that maybe one area is more profitable than the others. So you want to up those bids so that you get more of those clicks from that area, and assuming that your landing page is well optimized for conversions, you're getting more calls and more people submitting their contact info. Last point here, you want to install the remarketing pixel on your location pages to track users for future online marketing efforts. And remarketing, I mentioned this in one of our other videos, but in marketing, there's a rule of 7 where a consumer has to see your brand at least 7 times. And now that everyone is bombarded with emails and ads, that might be even more now, but in general, 7 times before they make a buying decision. So maybe those first 6 times, let's say as part of your restoration business, you offer carpet cleaning services. They never even thought about their carpet may need cleaning, but maybe for whatever reason on that 7th time, they look at their carpet and say, hey, it's time to freshen things up in here. And they decide to click your ad and give you a call. Remarketing allows you to do that. So before you're starting any campaign, you want to make sure that you install your remarketing pixel from Google and also install your remarketing pixel from Facebook, which I'll get into in the next video. But you can use these in conjunction with each other for a really comprehensive and powerful ad campaign, online ad campaign for your restoration business. And then you, like I said, you want to leverage remarketing ads. So remarketing ads on Google come in 2 forms. Either you can do text, which I don't recommend. I recommend either using images or video. Images should be consistent with any images you're using for offline marketing efforts. So I've already mentioned that on the previous slide. Your ads, they'll be targeted on sites such as weather.com, CNN.com, local news websites, and other local and national websites. So by using remarketing ads on the Google network, you can target a mix of local websites and national websites. So you can really set a good impression for your business. With video ads, these are mainly through YouTube, and I will make a separate video in the future where I just really do a deep dive into YouTube ads for restoration marketing. But the 3 types of ads are true view ads, in-stream ads, and bumpers. And each of those, they have their pros and cons. And like I said, I'll go into more about those in detail in a future video. And what wasn't mentioned there, and this is really for any type of online marketing that you're doing. You want to make sure that you have your analytics set up on Google, and that you also make sure that your conversion tracking is set up. It's nothing worse than you're spending a ton of money on ads, but you really don't know what's leading to conversions or leading to any other desirable outcomes. Other than that, you should also consider call tracking, which I'll link to in a separate video here in the video description, and make sure that if you do rely on phone calls for lead generation, call tracking will better, or will help you better understand where those calls are coming from and where you should be investing more with your marketing. So that brings me to the end of the video on Google Ads for local domination. In the next video, I'll go over Facebook ads to really become omnipresent in your local market. I hope this video has been helpful. And if you have any questions, or if you're looking to get started with a ad campaign for your restoration business, feel free to give us a call at the number here on the slide. I've also included the number in the video description. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.